What does $400,000 really get you in Texas right now? In some places, it buys a sprawling 5-bedroom house with a yard so big you could host a family reunion and a football game on the same day. In others, it might barely get you a sleek 2-bedroom condo, no yard, no grill, but a killer view of downtown. Texas in 2025 is a state of contrasts. The real estate market has cooled just enough to tempt new buyers, but not evenly. Urban cores are holding firm, while outlying towns and second-tier cities are emerging as hot spots for savvy investors and value-driven families. Whether you're chasing modern amenities, low property taxes, scenic views, or simply more square footage for your money, $400,000 goes a long way somewhere in the Lone Star State. You just have to know where to look. Texas is huge, and its housing market is just as diverse. From booming metro areas to quiet small towns, $400,000 buys very different homes depending on where you look. Market trends in 2025 show Texas prices plateauing after a few hot years, which means bargains are popping up in secondary cities and smaller suburbs. So let's break it down, one city at a time, and see how far your dollars stretch from the good deals to the jaw-droppers. And hey, if you want the exact neighborhoods I'm tracking in Texas, hit the like button, subscribe, and click the link in the description to grab your free one-page market map. I'll email you the top 5 ZEED IP codes to watch and a quick checklist to take on your next home tour. 10. Lubbock, West Texas suburb. Lubbock offers huge value. A 2025 listing shows a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,278 square foot single-family home for $395,000. This 2017 built brick house sits on a large 6,969 square foot lot in a quiet South Lubbock neighborhood. It has modern updates, new roof, fixtures, and flooring, and features nice outdoor upgrades, covered patio, custom pergola, and water-saving turf. The community is family-friendly, Friendship ISD schools, with parks and a community pool nearby. At this price, you get lots of space, a 2-car garage, backyard room for kids get pets, and extra closets. And Lubbock's cost of living is low, so taxes and HOA fees are minimal, none on this house. Key trade-offs. Lubbock is a smaller city of around 273,000 people as of 2025, nestled in West Texas but far from the hustle of the big metros. Because it's off the beaten path, the job market does lean heavily toward local anchors like Texas Tech University, healthcare providers such as the Covenant Health System and the University Medical Center, and manufacturing tied to agriculture and tech. Unemployment in the Lubbock Metro dropped to about 3.0% in April 2025, better than the state and national figures. 9. San Antonio, Alamo Ranch Subdivision. In San Antonio's northwest suburbs, $400,000 buys a very large family house. A current Alamo Ranch listing is a 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,989 square foot home for $399,000. Built in 2012, it sits on about a 0.13-acre lot, 5,706 square feet, with a 2-car garage. It has a flexible floor plan, 2 primary suites on the first floor, making it ideal for multi-generational living. The kitchen and family areas are spacious and updated with granite counters and stainless steel appliances. Alamo Ranch is a master-planned community with top-rated Northside ISD schools and amenities like parks, pools, and greenbelts. Shopping, restaurants, and SeaWorld are within a 15-minute drive. The neighborhood is quiet and family-oriented. Trade-offs. This area sits on the far northwest edge of San Antonio, where suburban life meets open Texas Hill country. The commute to downtown or major job hubs in South Texas runs about 30 to 40 minutes, long enough to feel separate from the city's bustle, but still close enough for convenience. Homeowners here typically pay slightly higher HOA fees, around $200 per quarter, and property taxes than in rural counties. But the trade-off is substantial. For under $400,000, you can land a nearly 3,000 square foot home, essentially a modern mansion by city standards, with multiple bedrooms, generous living areas, and often a backyard large enough for weekend barbecues or a pool. 8. Houston, Spring Branch suburb. Greater Houston suburbs also yield big homes. In Northwest Houston, near Spring Branch, a $399,000 listing is a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,729 square foot house. Built in 2010 on a corner lot, it has a private backyard pool, a new fence, and modern interiors. Inside, the floor plan is open with tall ceilings and lots of windows. There's a 2-story foyer and a downstairs media room. The finish level is very good. Granite kitchen, tile floors, and a brand new roof. This area has strong schools, Spring Branch Independent School District, major freeways, Highway 6, and retail corridors. You're minutes from parks like George Bush Park and easy highway access to the Energy Corridor or Memorial City Mall. Trade-offs. This location lies on Houston's far northwest fringe, where suburban comfort meets the edge of city convenience. The commute to downtown or the city's major job corridors typically takes 30 to 45 minutes during rush hour, but that distance is exactly what keeps home prices more attainable. HOA fees are minimal, around $27 per month, which means fewer restrictions and more freedom for homeowners. This area appeals especially to families and professionals who want space, quiet, and privacy without entirely disconnecting from Houston's vibrant economy. 7. Fort Worth, Silver Ridge neighborhood. Fort Worth suburbs are booming, yet $400,000 still stretches far. In unincorporated Tarrant County, northwest of Fort Worth, you can find a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,462 square foot house listed for about $390,000. This Silver Ridge home, built in 1989, sits on almost 0.44 acres and backs to a creek. It has a large landscaped yard and community amenities like a lake, park, and clubhouse. The interior has an open plan with a fireplace and updated fixtures, and recent photos show plenty of natural light. Silver Ridge is a master plan subdivision with rolling hills, walking trails, a pond, and an on-site elementary school, making it very kid-friendly. Nearby main roads, US 287, I-35W, connect to downtown Fort Worth in approximately 25 to 30 minutes. Trade-offs. The homes here tend to be older but solidly built, sitting on large lots with mature trees and wide-open yards. Yard maintenance can be a bit of a commitment, but that's part of the charm. You're getting nearly half an acre of green space, something that feels more like a private retreat than a suburban property. For families who crave open space and a quieter lifestyle, this part of Fort Worth easily outshines any $400,000 condo in Dallas. It's the kind of area where you can actually enjoy the Texas sky, host backyard cookouts, and still be within a reasonable drive of city life when you need it. 6. Dallas, Oak Lawn condo. In central Dallas, $400,000 generally means a condo or townhome, not a big yard home. For example, a recent Redfin listing in the Oak Lawn area near downtown Dallas shows a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,094 square foot condo priced right at $400,000. This 1987 built unit has high ceilings and an updated kitchen. The gated complex offers a pool and courtyard just outside your door. Inside, hardwood floors, quartz counters, and modern lighting give it a luxury feel. Oak Lawn is a very walkable, desirable neighborhood, uptown, Dallas Arts District proximity. You can walk to Whole Foods, restaurants on Lemon Avenue, and the Katy Trail. Downtown jobs, museums, and theaters are 10 to 15 minutes away. Trade-offs. There's no private yard here, but that's part of the deal. The $361 monthly HOA takes care of the pool, landscaping, and shared spaces, giving the property a clean, well-kept, almost resort-like vibe. The home itself offers just over 1,000 square feet with 2 bedrooms. So yes, you're sacrificing space. But what you lose in square footage, you gain in access and energy. It's a clear trade-off: convenience and lifestyle over raw size. Instead of a sprawling home in the suburbs, you get a sleek, low-maintenance place where your weekends aren't spent mowing lawns, but exploring the city. 5. Austin, northwest suburb. Austin is famously expensive, but $400,000 still buys a nice house outside the core. For instance, a listing in far North Austin, 78753, offers a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,090 square foot home for $370,000. Built in 1993 on a 6,024 square foot lot, it has a backyard courtyard with a cedar gazebo. The home has high ceilings, large windows, and recent updates, new floors, paint, and kitchen fixtures. It even comes with a 2-car garage and a modest HOA, approximately $102 quarterly. This neighborhood, near Avery Ranch/Cool Springs, has good schools, local shopping centers, and easy access to tech employers in Cedar Park/Pflugerville. Commuting to downtown Austin takes about 35 to 40 minutes when traffic is light. Trade-offs. A 30 to 45-minute drive to downtown Austin is pretty standard here, which means you're trading walkability and nightlife for space and peace of mind. Yes, the home is a bit older, so you might have to budget for some updates or maintenance. But that's part of the charm. Character, mature trees, and established neighborhoods that newer builds can't quite replicate. At roughly $177 per square foot, this is a rare opportunity to get real space within Austin's high-demand tech belt. 4. Plano, older suburb. $400,000 in Dallas's suburbs often buys an older home on a big lot. In Plano, northern Dallas area, a centrally located ranch home built in 1968 is listed at $400,000. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,535 square foot house on a large 8,712 square foot lot. Recent updates inside give it an open, modern feel. Quartz Island kitchen, new paint, and flooring. Plano neighborhoods have top-rated schools, city parks, and restaurants. Legacy West, the boardwalk. But this house sits in an established area. You get a giant yard for entertaining or kids, something very rare in Austin or Dallas city limits. There is no HOA, which is uncommon in Dallas suburbs. Trade-offs. The house itself is smaller on the inside and shows its age. There's no master suite on the main floor, for example, and some of the fixtures and finishes feel dated. Living here means accepting upfront maintenance responsibilities, like regular yard care and occasional repairs. In return, you benefit from generous outdoor living spaces, mature trees that offer shade and privacy, and a neighborhood with low density, which makes the area feel spacious and tranquil. 3. Round Rock, Austin suburb. Just north of Austin, Round Rock offers modern housing communities. A detached villa in University Park Villas, Round Rock, lists at $399,000. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,048 square foot home built in 2018. Technically, it's a standalone townhome, no shared walls. So there's minimal yard, but a small patio instead. Inside are 2 master-like suites, one on each floor, and a home office. The building is new and low maintenance. HOA dues, approximately $75 per month. Cover lawn care, a community pool, and common area upkeep. Location is great for families. It's near the Round Rock Independent School District's best schools and close to Dell Technologies campus and La Frontera shopping. The famous Round Rock Premium Outlets and Interstate 35 are a 5-minute drive away. Trade-offs. The lot is tiny, only approximately 1,800 square feet, so outdoor space is very limited. You pay HOA fees for amenities, which cut into your budget, but you get a brand new home with modern finishes and all bedrooms upstairs. For $400,000 in the Austin area, this is one of the most contemporary options, trading yard space for a turnkey lifestyle. 2. Galveston, coastal town. On the Gulf Coast, Galveston Island has surprisingly affordable options. One listing shows a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,420 square foot home on Galveston's West End for $359,500. Built in 2021, this newer house has a coastal vibe. Raised ceilings, vinyl plank floors, granite kitchen. It sits on an approximately 3,275 square foot lot with a covered front porch. Living in Galveston means beach life. You're minutes from the sand, Moody Gardens, and the historic Strand Entertainment District. Galveston Independent School District and local community amenities, parks, seafood restaurants, add appeal. Trade-offs. Coastal Texas has hurricane risk and higher insurance costs. This house is inland enough to avoid storm surge, but wind and rain can be issues. The lot is small, about 0.075 acres, so $359,000 goes more on the house itself. Also, Galveston's economy is seasonal, tourism, port activity, so it's quieter in winter. In return, you get island living, ocean breezes, fishing, and rich history that city buyers covet. 1. El Paso, Far West Texas. El Paso is Texas's most affordable large city. In Far East El Paso, Tierra del Este, $400,000 buys a 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,914 square foot house for about $384,999. This home, built in 2020, sits on a 7,405 square foot lot. It's very spacious. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and an open great room/kitchen. The kitchen is modern with granite counters and a center island, and the layout feels airy with high ceilings. El Paso's neighborhoods like this one have wide streets, mountain views, and new shopping centers. You're close to El Paso International Airport, Fort Bliss Military Base, and the US 54 freeway. Schools, Isleta ISD or Socorro ISD, are good. Plus, at this price, you often get an assumable VA mortgage at a super low rate, if you qualify, which can be a bonus. Trade-offs. Tierra del Este sits on the far eastern edge of the city, roughly 25 miles from downtown El Paso. Commuting to central El Paso or even across the border to Juarez, Mexico, typically takes 30 to 40 minutes, making daily travel manageable, but something to plan around. The neighborhood itself has a distinctly suburban feel, with wide streets, spacious lots, and a quieter pace compared to the busier urban areas of El Paso. For $400,000, you're essentially getting a mansion. The property offers all the space, privacy, and tranquility associated with East Texas living, a lifestyle that would cost exponentially more in Dallas, where that same budget might barely cover a single-bedroom apartment. Across Texas, $400,000 spans a huge range of home options. In smaller or lower-cost markets, you can own a large, updated single-family house with lots of land and rooms. In major metros, the same budget might buy only a modestly sized house or a condo with HOA dues. The examples above show that buyers must weigh the trade-offs: space versus location, yard versus commute, HOA fees versus size. Texas's diverse housing markets mean $400,000 can be a fortune in Lubbock or El Paso, but moderate in Austin or Dallas. Ultimately, how far that money goes depends on where you look. From coastal Galveston beach homes to high-tech Austin suburbs to wide-open West Texas towns. Each market offers its own lifestyle perks: good schools, parks, or quick city access, along with sacrifices, longer drives, HOA costs, or weather risks. By exploring current listings in 2025, readers can see exactly what $400,000 buys in the Lone Star State today. In a state as massive and varied as Texas, $400,000 isn't just a budget, it's a compass. It can point you toward a suburban retreat in Fort Worth, a backyard pool in Houston, a downtown condo in Dallas, or a full-blown family estate in El Paso. But what it really buys you is choice. Freedom to prioritize space over skyline, convenience over square footage, or maybe just the peace of knowing you didn't overpay for a life well lived. If you're standing at the crossroads of budget and lifestyle in 2025, this might be your moment to plant roots where $400,000 still means something. Because in Texas, that number still works.